A lawyer helped a homeless woman by bringing her to his home. She ended up having a baby. And then one day, a fancy limousine stopped outside his house, surprising everyone. Lucas was a 28-year-old lawyer who lived in a bustling city. He worked very hard at his job, spending long hours at the office, meeting clients, and dealing with piles of paperwork. Each day, he rushed home exhausted, but eager to relax in the comfort of his apartment. However, inside, Lucas often felt a little lost. His father was a well-known judge, and ever since he was a child, Lucas felt pressure to follow in his father's footsteps. Everyone expected him to be a great lawyer like his dad, but sometimes Lucas wished he could explore his own passions and dreams. One evening, after a particularly tough day at work, Lucas hurried down the city streets, thinking about all the things he had to do. As he turned a corner into a dark alley, he heard a soft sound, like a quiet moan. He stopped in his tracks, startled. What could it be with a mix? "Thank me," Lucas responded, moving closer to her. "I know what it feels like to be alone and helpless in this world. All I want is for you to feel safe and protected here." In the weeks that followed, Lucas and Mia developed a close friendship. They spent hours talking about their lives, dreams, and fears. Lucas was surprised to discover Mia's intelligence and sensitivity, qualities that captivated him more and more. For her part, Mia was deeply grateful for Lucas's kindness and support. Gradually, her wounded heart began to heal, and she opened up to the possibility of trusting someone again. One night, while they were dining together, Lucas noticed that Mia had grown thoughtful. "What are you thinking about?" he asked, moving closer to her. Mia looked at him with a shy smile. "Well, I was wondering if maybe you could introduce me to your friends and family. I would like to meet the important people in your life." Lucas was surprised by the request, as he had not considered the possibility of introducing Mia to heart swelling with warmth. "And you've changed mine too, Mia. You've taught me the importance of compassion, and I'm grateful for every moment we spend together." As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the city, Lucas realized how far they had come together. In Mia, he found not just a partner, but a true friend, someone who had inspired him to be a better man. He looked into her eyes, knowing that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. In that moment, both of them felt truly happy, embracing the future with hope and love. Lucas gently held Mia's face in his hands and whispered, "Let me show you how special you are to me." He leaned in and pressed his lips against hers in a soft, passionate kiss. Mia felt a rush of warmth and security envelop her, realizing in that moment that she had found someone who truly valued and accepted her just as she was. When they finally pulled away, Lucas tenderly brushed his fingers along Mia's cheek. "I want you to know that no matter what my father says, you." As the days turned into weeks, Lucas and Mia found themselves lost in a world of shared laughter, deep conversations, and quiet moments that stitched together precious memories. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Lucas marveled at Mia's intelligence and sensitivity, while she admired his kindness and unwavering determination. Together, they created a haven of love and understanding, one that shielded them from the harsh realities outside. But no matter how blissful their time together was, the shadow of Lucas's father loomed large over their happiness. His disapproval weighed heavily on Lucas's mind, a constant reminder that their relationship would not be accepted without a fight. For now, though, Lucas chose to focus on the joy Mia brought into his life, savoring every moment as if it might be fleeting. One evening, as they sat across from each other at dinner, the flickering candlelight casting soft shadows on the table, Mia hesitated before broaching the subject that I'll go and hear what he has to say. No matter what happens, I won't let anyone come between us. Mia offered him a reassuring smile, squeezing his hand affectionately. I trust you, Lucas. I'll be here when you get back. With a tender kiss, Lucas left for his father's mansion, steeling himself for the confrontation ahead. As he approached the imposing structure, nerves prickled beneath his skin. Taking a deep breath, he rang the doorbell. The door opened to reveal his father's stern face. Come in, Lucas. We need to talk. Lucas followed him into the living room, where they took seats in opposite armchairs. A heavy silence settled over the room as his father fixed him with a penetrating gaze. Finally, he broke the stillness. Lucas, I've been very worried about you since our last encounter. Lucas remained outwardly calm, though anxiety gnawed at him. What do you mean, father? His father leaned forward, clasping his hands tightly. I mean that woman you've been seeing. I cannot act. As they stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, an unbreakable bond seemed to form between them. No matter what challenges lay ahead, they were determined to face them together, hand in hand, united by love and resolve. The road might be rocky, but Lucas and Mia felt ready to take on the world side by side. Lucas sat across from his father, the judge, feeling a knot of nervousness tighten in his stomach. His dad's expression was stern, almost angry, as he leaned forward. Lucas, I can't believe you're still with Mia, he said sharply. You need to stop seeing her. Lucas shook his head firmly. No way! Mia is the most important person to me. I love her. The judge frowned, his voice rising slightly. You can't love her. She isn't the right girl for you. I've already picked someone, a nice girl, the daughter of one of my close friends. Lucas stared at him, stunned. What? You want me to get engaged to someone else? That's not fair. His father stood up. His face flushed with anger. His father had spread lies about him being engaged to another woman, and now Mia had vanished. Panic gripped him as he searched everywhere for her, his heart breaking with every empty place he checked. Finally, he returned home to find Mia sitting quietly on the couch, tears streaming down her face. Mia, he exclaimed, rushing to her side. I've been looking everywhere for you. Where were you? Mia looked up at him, her eyes red and swollen. I felt so confused after what your dad said. I thought maybe I should leave. Lucas knelt in front of her, taking her hands in his. What my dad told you isn't true. I don't have a fiancé. Thou art the only girl I want in my life. Mia's lips quivered as relief and guilt mingled in her expression. Oh, Lucas, I'm so sorry. I should have stayed and talked to you instead of running away. I was scared that your dad might be right, that I wasn't good enough for you. Lucas pulled her into a firm embrace. You are more than enough for me, Mia. Your tea. I judged you without truly knowing you. I shouldn't have tried to force Lucas into marrying someone else. Mia blinked in surprise, while Lucas regarded his father cautiously. What are you saying? Lucas asked. The judge took a deep breath, meeting their eyes. I see now that my actions were misguided. I was driven by my own ideas of what was best for you, Lucas. But seeing as they stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, an unbreakable bond formed between them. No matter what challenges lay ahead, they vowed to face them together, hand in hand, united by love and determination. The road might be rocky, but they were ready to take on the world as one. Lucas sat across from his father, the judge, feeling a knot of nerves tighten in his stomach. His dad's expression was stern, almost angry. "Lucas," he began, his voice firm, "I can't believe you're still seeing Mia. You need to stop this nonsense right now." Lucas shook his head defiantly. "No way. Mia is the most important." "Thank you, Lucas. You mean everything to me." Lucas cupped her face in his hands. "You're the most important person in my life. I'll always choose you." Days passed, and Lucas grew increasingly worried. His father had spread lies, telling Mia that Lucas was getting engaged to another woman. Believing those words, Mia had disappeared without a trace. Desperate, Lucas searched everywhere for her, his heart breaking with every passing moment. Finally, exhausted and heartbroken, he returned home, and there she was, sitting quietly on the couch, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Mia!" he exclaimed, rushing to her side. "I've been looking everywhere for you. Where were you?" Mia looked up at him, her eyes puffy and red. "I felt so confused after what your dad said. I thought maybe I should leave. I didn't know what to think." Lucas knelt before her, taking her hands in his. "What my dad told you isn't true. I don't have a fiancé. You're the only girl I want in my life." Relief washed over. "You're the only girl I want in my life." Relief washed over. "Where do you want to meet?" The judge paused before replying. "At my house. Please come as soon as possible." Though wary, Lucas agreed to go. Mia insisted on accompanying him. "We'll face whatever comes next together," she said firmly. When they arrived at the grand house, Lucas and Mia were greeted by the judge, who looked unusually troubled. "Lucas, Mia, thank you for coming," he said, his voice softer than either of them had ever heard it. "There's something I need to tell you both." Lucas and Mia exchanged uncertain glances, but remained silent, waiting. The judge sighed deeply, rubbing his temple. "You will listen to me, Lucas. If you don't break up with Mia, I'll disown you. You'll have nothing." A surge of fury bubbled inside Lucas, but his voice remained steady. "Then I'd rather have nothing than lose Mia. She's my true love." With that, Lucas turned on his heel and walked out of the room, leaving his father fuming behind him. When Lucas got home, he found Mia sitting on the couch, her hands clasped tightly together, worry etched across her face. "How did it go?" she asked softly. "What did your dad say?" Lucas rushed to her, pulling her into a tight embrace. "He wants me to marry someone else. He says I have to break up with you." Mia's eyes filled with sadness. "What are you going to do, Lucas?" He smiled confidently, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I won't give you up. I love you, Mia. No one can change that." Tears spilled down Mia's cheeks as she whispered, "I don't want you to fight with your dad over me. It makes me so sad." Lucas gently wiped her "And I love you, Mia. Nothing and no one will come between us, I promise." They stayed like that for a long time, finding comfort and warmth in each other's arms. Finally, Lucas pulled back slightly, looking at her with determination. "Mia, I know my dad has caused a lot of confusion and pain, but I want you to know that I'm by your side no matter what he says. I want us to build a life together, if that's what you want." Mia's face lit up with a radiant smile. "Nothing would make me happier, Lucas. I want to be with you, no matter the obstacles we face." Lucas kissed her gently, feeling a happiness he'd never known before. In that moment, he knew their love could conquer anything. That same night, Lucas received an unexpected call from his father. At first, he hesitated to answer, but the persistent ringing compelled him to pick up. "Lucas, I need to talk to you. It's urgent," the judge said, his tone unusually subdued. Lucas took a deep breath. "All right, Father. Where do you want?" "Trust you again," Mia nodded, her eyes filled with hope. "We appreciate your honesty, sir. We just want to be happy together." The judge nodded slowly, understanding. "I will do everything I can to make things right. I hope you can forgive me someday." An uneasy silence filled the room, but it felt hopeful too. Lucas took Mia's hand, and together they faced a new beginning, filled with love and understanding. "So you accept our relationship?" Lucas asked cautiously. The judge nodded, yes, after thinking it through. "I see that Mia is right for you. She makes you happy, and that's all that matters." "Should matter to me." Mia felt tears of relief. "Thank you for giving us a chance, sir." The judge smiled kindly. "I should be thanking you, Mia. Thank you for making my son happy." Lucas, feeling overwhelmed with joy, hugged his dad tightly. "Thank you for opening your heart and accepting us." The judge gently patted Lucas's back, feeling sorry for all the pain he had caused. "I hope you can forgive me and let me make up for lost time." Mia stepped forward. "Smile," the judge said warmly, his voice filled with encouragement. "If you've thought it through, then I support you. I know you both can handle any challenges that come your way." Mia hugged the judge tightly, her gratitude spilling over. "Thank you," she said, her eyes shining. "We promise to keep in touch and visit often." Lucas felt a wave of relief wash over him, knowing they had the judge's blessing. They both understood that being away from their families wouldn't be easy, but the excitement of this new chapter outweighed their fears. As the days slipped by, Lucas and Mia packed their belongings, visited friends and family, and said heartfelt goodbyes. Every detail mattered. They wanted everything to be perfect for their grand adventure. Lucas's father helped them navigate the paperwork for their move, pride evident in his every word. He admired their courage in taking such a bold step. Finally, the day arrived. With bags packed and one last glance at their old apartment, "But we can visit whenever we want, and no matter how far apart we are, we can stay connected." Mia's expression softened. "Thank you, Lucas. With your support, I know I can adapt to our new life." They continued to lean on each other, facing challenges hand in hand. They celebrated their victories and comforted one another during tough times. Their love only deepened, creating a warm and happy home filled with laughter, a sanctuary amidst the chaos of the city. To ease the distance, they made time to visit their families regularly, inviting loved ones to experience their new life in New York. These visits bridged the gap between worlds, helping them feel less alone. On weekends, they explored nearby areas or hosted gatherings for friends, finding balance between work and personal life. Their initial excitement about living in New York blossomed into something deeper, a sense of belonging. The city, once overwhelming, this now felt familiar. Mia's early struggles transformed into triumphs as